share a digital resource depends on the instructional purpose of sharing as well as the type of resource. Teachers have a few options when sharing online documents like Google Docs or slides with students and colleagues. Teachers can share digital files and resources using a view link, an edit link, or in some cases, a commenter link. Options should be considered carefully when choosing how to make resources accessible so that others can access and or use them as intended. No matter what the resource, Schoology should remain the consistent delivery method when providing access to shared documents to students. It is important to note that when you share a link, you are inviting other users to access your document online in a live version of the document. These files are cloud-based, so they are not safe to anyone's hard drive. Remember, Chromebooks don't have a hard drive or installed Microsoft products like Word, so anyone using these devices need links to get the easiest and most efficient access point. Otherwise, they may not be able to open or save the file. Now, let's talk about how to give the appropriate access through a shared link. Consider your instructional purpose when using the file sharing option with Google Files. To begin sharing, you would go to your Google Drive or any other Google Workspace, such as a Google Doc or Google Slide, and you would navigate to the file you wish to share. One option to give another user access to a file is that you can right-click on your file and select Share. Or you can open the file and select the Share option from the upper right-hand corner on the Share button. Then you will identify if you are sharing with just one individual or a few people by typing their name in the BCPS email address. You can also decide whether you'd like to notify those users or send a customized message. If you are wishing to share with a larger audience, you would simply remove any individual users and go to the Get Link option on the bottom of the dialog box. You would see that it's defaulted to restricted, so you would want to change that link to Baltimore County Public School users so that anyone within that group can view the link. From here, you have viewer options. These options allow you to customize the share link to either viewer, commenter, or editor. These sharing options are extremely important. If you select the wrong option, your shared link will either not allow other users to open the file at all, or it will give them the wrong level of access. Always consider your instructional purpose when choosing the sharing access options. If you wish to share a resource purely for consumption purposes, then select Viewer. This will be beneficial when sharing a resource document you do not want edited in any way. If you want users to be able to leave comments that don't change or edit the file itself, then select Commenter. This would be an option for small groups of students who are peer editing. The comments left will appear on the side of the file and the owner decides which edits to make. If you want users to be able to type, draw, or make changes of any kind to the file, then select Editor. This gives full access to the user. There may be situations when you want other users, whether students or staff members, to make a copy of this Google resource so that they can have their own version to edit within their Google Drive. You can do that by sharing a link that would force users to make a copy of Google Docs, slides, sheets, forms, drawings, or even a Jamboard. This is called Force a Copy. After creating your document, you again would click on the Share button that would bring up this dialog box. After creating your document, you would click on the Share button in the upper right-hand corner again to be able to bring up this dialog box. From here, you again would make sure that the permissions are set to Baltimore County Public Schools so that anyone in this group of users can view the link. You can also adjust to make sure that you're giving them viewer access. Once the appropriate share settings are made, you can click Done to save those settings. When you return to the Google document, you can then go to the URL. At the end of the link, you will change the final word of edit to copy. This new URL will force a copy for any users that access the link. You can then highlight that new URL, copy, and then you can paste that link for students or colleagues to be shared in Schoology or into a new tab. Once opened, it will prompt the user to make a copy. Once The Make a Copy button is selected, it will create a new copy in the individual user's Google Drive. Users can begin editing the document immediately, or they can return to their Google Drive at a later time to edit the document.